All right, I want to warn you, this is not the kind of handshake battle that you're probably used to seeing. Yesterday at the G7 summit, Trump sat down with India's Narendra Modi. This is a guy who I get requests to do videos about all the time. This is the first one I've done. But a handshake battle ensued, and it's a bit different than normal. At the end of this video, first of all, we're going to watch the handshake battle. I'm going to break it down and show you exactly what happened. But by the end, you're also going to understand a social principle that you'll be able to use every day. Now, what do we normally see with people who are in handshake battles, especially with Trump? Oh, so serious, very intense and serious, never break the frame. And there's a time and place for that, because as you've probably learned on this channel, showing that you're overtaken by emotions is never a positive thing. When you show emotion, you want it to be calculated and something that you're doing intentionally. But in this instance, Modi took a little bit of a different spin. So let's watch the footage and I'll come back in and break it down and show you what happened.
Okay.
He actually speaks very good English. We just don't want to talk about it.
The guy's good nature just cracks me up. I've probably seen this 5 times. And look at the look on Trump's face. That's not a forced smile. Like, he's actually trying to keep back a smile a little bit in that. I love it. And how does he accomplish this? There's a lot more going on here than what you probably think. So the first thing that Modi didn't do was just go along. What would most people do? Just go along with the joke. Oh yeah, he can't speak English, doesn't want to talk to me. That's what 95% of world leaders would do. But he took a move out of improv. If you go to improv, where they basically teach you how to act on the spot, they'll give you, hey, do a scene about this, and you have to go. It's, if this is true, then what? So what the person does before you, if they say, hey, do a show about you're walking and it just starts pouring rain, and the first person takes out an umbrella and you're playing along with them, okay, if there's an umbrella, then what, right? It's never the umbrella isn't there. It's always take that and build on it. So he doesn't push back from it, number one. He goes along with it. He rides that social energy, which you see what it does with the move, with that cheesy smile on Trump's face, which I think is hilarious. But he goes along with it, but then shows that he has high status. He doesn't go along with it and lose his status. And how does he do that? Physicality. He not only is comfortable touching Trump, he's grabbing his arm and pulling it in with 2 hands. The reason he gets away with it, that huge smile, that big laugh, and that exaggerated hand movement. So he won on 2 fronts. I shouldn't say he won. It's not like he came out on top, but he played that perfectly. And I'm not saying Trump came out on top. This is a great example of how both people retain high status and the mood is brought up. So many people think within interaction, there's always a winner and a loser. And that's a really amateur way to look at things. The real pros always want to bring people up. They want to bring the collective mood up. So how can you do this? You go along with what the person said before, and then you show that you still have status too. You're not just going along with them like some puppy dog on a leash, but you're going along with them, showing him you think it's funny, but then adding your own thing to show that you feel like you have high status too. And then Trump just stares at him for a few seconds. And Trump at that point is thinking, all right, I know he's joking. He's good natured. They're friends. I mean, clearly this is a little bit of a different dynamic because they have a friendly relationship, which makes it much easier than someone you have a confrontational relationship with. But Trump gives him one last little push to the arm. And I want you to notice some nuance about the push to the arm too. He pushes it knowing the last time that he touched Modi, he grabbed his hands and he tried to push him back. He wanted to end with the push with nothing back from Modi. So notice he pushes him so quickly. And Modi actually does go to grab him like he anticipated, but he pulled back just to kind of finish with a little bit of a one-up. That's the strategic thing. Don't think for a minute, if you're watching this, they're like, oh, that's overanalyzing. Trump wasn't thinking that through. He was, absolutely. People get to this level because they are very socially aware. They understand all the nuances that are going on. And if you were in Trump's brain, it's not like there's a million calculations like this and this and this and this. Oh, the 5 + 5, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. He just felt that status was a little bit in question just because he was so grandiose. He was pulling him and grabbing him and just wanted one more little thing. It also creates rapport. He's joking around. He continued to do that, but that is a calculated move by Trump to accomplish the fact that he didn't want to end with Modi grabbing his hand and yanking him in that big exaggerated gesture. And look how this ends. How does this feel? to you? How does the mood feel? They're in a room with other people. They're both feeling good. How often do you see an interaction, especially among politicians, that ends with both of them usually it's that cheap, fake smile. It's so good to have you here. These guys are actually having fun. This is one of the first interactions I've actually seen of Moby. I'm going to keep my eye on him because this is very advanced stuff. If you were just to watch it, what would most people say? Oh, he was just laughing and slapped his hand. Well, if you want to end there, that's fine, but that is not true. That's not what's going on. But most people, that's all they understand about social interaction. That's why when they go out, sometimes they get a good reaction from people and sometimes they get a bad reaction and they don't know why. It's not their fault. We're not taught this in school. There's no place you can even learn this. It has the biggest impact on the success in the workplace, in business, in dating and relationships. And there's nowhere that people can learn this stuff. And that's why I'm so passionate about teaching this on the channel. My goal is to teach as many people as possible. If you like videos like this, you can subscribe. But more importantly, if you want to get a little head start to learning about what's going on around you, I put together a social invincibility checklist. You can get it for free. It's going to go through 5 things that'll help you understand what's going on around you that most people will never be able to see. I call it the charisma matrix. So you can see behind the matrix and not just say, oh, he's good natured, he laughed and he slapped his hand. Well, no, now you can see what's going on. Because when you can see the nuance like that, it enables you to operate more effectively so you can give off the impression that you want, that high status, confident impression that people want to be around, that people want to promote, that people want to date. So I'll put a link in the description below where you can go to charismamatrix.com/SI checklist and you can download it there. You just type in your email address and I'll send it right to you. Now, if you want to go to warp speed to the next level, if you really in a few days want to understand everything that's going on around you, I've got an actual program. It's a paid program. It's not very expensive. I try to keep my programs as cheap as possible so anyone who wants to take it can. But I'll personally walk you through all the different steps, all the different nuances, all the different strategies of the system that I've developed called the Social Invincibility Program. You can go to socialinvincibility.com or I'll put a link to it down below the video as well. Now, if you want to see another handshake battle, I think this is probably the most incredible handshake battle I've ever seen between Trump and Macron, where he yanks him and whips him through the streets of Paris. You can click right here. I'll put a link to it right here and I'll walk you through it there now.